Muammar al-Gaddafi of Libya said, "There are signs that Allah will grant victory to Islam in Europe, without swords, without guns, without conquest. We don't need terrorists. We don't need homicide bombers. The 50+ million Muslims in Europe will turn it into a Muslim continent within a few decades."
Gandhi, Indian nationalist leader.
I wanted to know the best of the life of one who holds today an undisputed sway over the hearts of millions of mankind. I became more than ever convinced that it was not the sword that won a place for Islam in those days in the scheme of life. It was the rigid simplicity, the utter self-effacement of the Prophet, the scrupulous regard for pledges, his intense devotion to his friends and followers, his intrepidity, his fearlessness, his absolute trust in God, and in his own mission. These and not the sword carried everything before them, and surmounted every obstacle. When I closed the second volume of the Prophet's biography, I was sorry there was not more for me to read of that great life.
Jeannie Naidu, Indian independence activist and poet. She said, "It was the first religion that preached and practiced democracy, for in the mosque, when the call for prayer is sounded, and worshippers are gathered together, the democracy of Islam is embodied 5 times a day, when the peasant and king kneel side by side and proclaim, God alone is great." Karen Armstrong, famous British author and commentator. She said that Islam is a religion of success. Unlike Christianity, which has as its main image, in the West at least, a man dying in a devastating, disgraceful, helpless death, Muhammad was not an apparent failure. He was a dazzling success, politically as well as spiritually, and Islam went from strength to strength to strength. Dalai Lama, a spiritual leader of Tibet.
He told that, since September 11th event, in many occasions I always come forth with a defense of Islam. Islam, like any other major tradition, I think the very praising Allah means love, infinite love, compassion, like that. I understand Islam, they usually carry rosary, all 99 beads, different name of Allah, all refer compassion, or these positive things.
H. G. Wells, a famous author.
He told that, the Islamic teachings have left great traditions, for equitable and gentle dealings, and behavior, and inspire people with nobility and tolerance. These are human teachings of the highest order, and at the same time practicable. These teachings brought into existence a society, in which hard-heartedness, and collective oppression, and injustice, were the least as compared with all other societies preceding it. Islam is replete with gentleness, courtesy, and fraternity.
Oprah Winfrey, an American famous celebrity. She told that, love Sufism, the divinity of the human soul, within our spiritual heart, there is a direct connection to God. I have respect for all faiths. All faiths. But what I'm talking about is not faith or religion. I'm talking about spirituality. Pope John Paul II.
He said, "The religiosity of Muslims deserves respect. It is impossible not to admire, for example, their fidelity to prayer. The image of believers in Allah, who without caring about time or place, fall to their knees and immerse themselves in prayer remains a model for all those who invoke the true God, in particular for those Christians who, having deserted their magnificent cathedrals, pray only a little or not at all."
I would just like to throw some light. The sister had asked earlier question, 3 questions. And that reminds me that my daughter who had come last, she had said a song, "Don't talk to me about Muhammad," peace be upon him. And the coordinator said, "Please pay attention to the words, what she's saying." And if you heard the words carefully, it's the Sirat of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that once when Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was going, he finds a companion as a stranger. She starts speaking against the Prophet. "Oh, the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is a bad person. Don't talk to me." She's telling Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that person doesn't know the person is talking to. She tells to the stranger, that person on the road, that Prophet Muhammad is bad. Don't listen to him. He causes disharmony. He teaches only about one God, blah, blah, blah. That's what my daughter was saying in that song. Later on, but she says, "Oh, you're a very good person. But I'm warning you, don't listen to that man Muhammad, peace be upon him. He's a rogue. Nose billah. He's a very bad person. Nose billah." And so on and so forth. But she says, "You're a very good person. You're so kind. You're so loving. Please, may I know your name?" Then she says, "Pardon? What did you say? Am I hearing correct? Your name is Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam?" Then she says, "Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah." So when the traveler realizes that this person is actually Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, I have heard from other people that he's a wrong person. This person is so good, she immediately accepts Islam.